Ladies, gentlemen, let the show begin. Alright, do you like video games? And I know you do. What about entertainment? We got that to video game. I'm on a video game. Video game. Oh no, what's the name? Video Game Armada. Time for another edition of Let's Review. Ha! I got you guys fooled. I bet you thought this was going to be another gaming gear list. It's not. It's a review. And of course, this is one true on the gamer boss, Bronze. You know, people, I love guns. I love technology. From hyper advanced realities to as simple things as indoor plumbing. I love it all in the tropes and trappings of the video games of this and the last year. But you know what? Sometimes you just got to embrace the simple fact of hitting a guy or gal, I don't discriminate, hitting a person with a melee weapon, or maybe blocking a guy with a shield. Sadly, most video game producers don't make that type of video game anymore. It does have its moments, like Dragon Age Inquisition or Chivalry. This game I'm going to review is a little bit closer to the chivalry aspect. It's called For Honor. So what's this about? Well, if you haven't listened to my various gaming gear talks or E3 videos, then first, shame on you. You should really catch up on that. But long story short, in this alternate Counter-Earth back in their version of the Dark Ages, or the medieval age, I don't know which, things were nice and kind and wonderful. Then all of a sudden, apocalypse. Yep, their whole world decided to have a moment and just upended itself, where 90% of the human population on that particular planet died. And all the resources, all the structures built by human peoples decided, well, doesn't exist anymore. And thus, poor what's left of life on there had to struggle to survive. And of course, you know that old story. It's like Fallout, but instead of nukes, giant natural disaster. But the outcome is the same, meaning groups of people fighting for survival. In this game, there's 3 groups of people fighting to survival. The knights, the vikings, and the samurai, which is what the story is now focusing on. Each chapter focuses on one group of people. First chapter is the knights, second chapter is the vikings, third chapter is the samurai. And within each chapter, you get to play as a character class with no name and almost no face. But through their stories, you get to see the overall whole of their world. However, it doesn't take the player long to discover through each stage is that the simple act of just fighting for survival isn't the main storyline. Oh no. War, unfortunately, is a product of the wants and needs of a group of people reach a certain point that diplomacy and negotiation fail, and violence seems to be the only recourse. In For Honor, war is being instigated by a woman who really kind of loves war a little too much, Apollyon. And is she using her Blackstone Legion to keep instigating a forever war between the 3 groups? Not cool, boo-boo. So, between the knight character, your Viking character, and the samurai character, all played by you in their various chapters, they're going to have to find out and or solve the problem of Apollyon's warmongering and war-making. Now, when you see For Honor, you probably think, oh, Dynasty Warriors. Yes, as much as Street Fighter 2 is as much as Street Fighter 3. The similarities are there, but don't be fooled. There's a lot of technical aspects to this game, mostly into the combat. Yeah, it's really hard to explain in an under 10-minute review, but let's just say that there's 3 types of guards, up, left, right. There's 3 types of attacks, up, left, right. And you're going to have to outsmart your opponent on where you're attacking, but at the same time, defend in the direction they're attacking to make sure you don't get a sword in the back, the neck, or whatever place that your tender bits lie exposed. Moreover, for every faction, there are 4 character classes. The Vanguard, the Heavy, the Assassin, and the Hybrid. Now, the Vanguards are well balanced, easy to use, and they have the most straightforward fighting style of all the character classes. While the Vanguard is a solid class choice, no matter what faction you choose, there always is a difference to every class choice depending on the faction. Knights focus more on defense right off the bat, while Vikings are extremely offensive no matter what class you choose from them. And for the good old samurai, they're very technical, and their Vanguards highlight this heavily. Speaking of heavily, the heavies. They are either damage dealers or damage takers. They sometimes can opt for both. As my favorite character class, I try to do both. They're not always the fastest, mind you, but they do get the job done for distraction purposes, for tanking, or for holding down a capture point just long enough for reinforcements to arrive. The assassins, as you could imagine, are assassins. They're very fast, they dodge almost everything, and they can build up combos like you wouldn't believe. Half the time you don't even know you're dead until you see the replay value of what actually killed you, and it's usually an assassin. Hybrids are hybrids. They usually focus on range though. Some are better at defense, some are better at throwing, others are better at poisoning. The hybrids, they could really ruin your day. The combat mechanics in For Honor even goes deeper down that rabbit hole, as it has throws, guard breaks, environmental hazards, feats which are like kill streaks, even customizable options to further enhancing your character, making it stronger, making it faster, making it take more hits, ignore debuffs, increase throw distance, even extend something called Revenge Mode, which turns you basically into a Super Saiyan for a couple of seconds. The list of this technical jargon goes on. It's amazing, but it's also very frustrating when you finally reach multiplayer. The story mode is the tutorial on For Honor and how to play it, but multiplayer is where you earn your bones, and you will be earning them. Not to say that this game and the people who play it are exceedingly difficult. I'm just saying that in this game, people literally have no honor in For Honor. They will gang up on you. They will jump you while your back is turned. They will throw you off a cliff again and again and again. It almost ruins their own beautifully created game mechanic by adding such cheap ways to finish off a person. The feats alone, you can, once you're good enough, granted, or have enough kills, you can launch a ball of fiery death at your enemies and just blow them up. That ends up killing them almost instantaneously. Being on the receiving end of all that nonsense is never a good thing, but actually instigating it is always a real joy. That's why people, listen to me, it's always important to bring your friends to play this game. If not Destiny, if not The Division, then definitely For Honor. And if you're good at this game, all the better. You want to work with people who get you, who understand you, and know the tactics and what you're capable of. Finding what randos is not always a miserable experience, but you'll have much more fun playing For Honor with friends. But then again, maybe I'm being a little too hyperbolic here. Having no one to play with this game with me has never stopped me, and I've done reasonably well, especially when I focused on the character classes that resonate with me. Also, if it becomes too much of a chore, just getting, ganked by Arnolus curs online, I just go to me versus AI for multiplayer. That's one of the very few multiplayer games on the market today that will actually just fight bots to help your overall score. It's not quite as fun because you can always predict the patterns of the bot opponents, but sometimes you want to go on multiplayer and just have fun and not ganged up and shanked upon by a whole squad full of assassin characters. Seriously. All the time. Despite my grumblings, I really enjoy For Honor. It's a well-made game that highlights really skilled combat. It doesn't always end up that way online, but I really do appreciate Ubisoft's attempt at it. It's not perfect. There is a steep learning curve here thanks to the combat mechanics, and of course there is the long, sluggish loading times of the multiplayer. However, if you practice, put in the time, put in the work, and bring people who love medieval melee combat as much as you, then For Honor is a sure winner. So I'm giving it a pass. And of course, this is the one Tron the Gamer Boss Swans telling you to once again stay tuned for the latest video of Video Game Armada.